Hello everyone, today we have a very different style of video. Today is going to be a post-commentary video where I pretty much go over how I am learning Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now most of you watching this video probably know me for Plants vs Zombies. This entire channel has pretty much just been only Plants vs Zombies. But I actually do play a good amount of Smash Bros. Behind the scenes. The main Smash game that I play is Super Smash Bros. Melee. Super Smash Bros. Melee is the second ever Super Smash Bros. Game and it was released in 2001. Super Smash Bros. Melee is the fastest Smash Bros. Game and is also the most competitive Smash Bros. Game. I wouldn't say that I'm too good at Melee, I would say that I'm solidly average at the game. But I have put a lot of time into Melee, and I have not put a lot of time into a game like Smash Bros. Ultimate. Smash Ultimate plays a lot different than Melee. Melee relies on a lot of tech and a lot of little glitches and exploits in order to make the game a lot more fluid. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate doesn't have that as much. In Smash Ultimate, you pretty much have to use the game's base mechanics to the best of your ability. And over the past week or so, I've been playing a good amount of Ultimate, and I've been having a lot of fun with the learning process, so this video is to show you guys how I am learning Ultimate. Now the first thing you're going to need when getting into Ultimate is a main character. I wouldn't rush this process because finding your main character can take a very long time. With the amount of characters that are in Ultimate, it definitely will take you a little while before you find that perfect character. For me, the character I landed on was Cloud. Cloud all around for me just ticks all the boxes. He's a sword character, which I am a massive fan of. I am a very big fan of all of his aerial moves, as well as I am a very big fan of his limit meter, which adds just a little bit more to his gameplay. So for my main, I have landed on Cloud. First thing I did to practice my movement was simple back and forth walking. This gets you used to just moving the joystick, not too much to the point where you dash, but to the point where you just turn around. And it's really good to keep practicing this just for consistent micro adjustments. I try to stay under the platforms at all times just to give myself a fixed distance that I can travel, and this one has helped me a lot with my micro adjustments. After just walking back and forth under the platform, I moved to dashing. To practice my dashing, what I will do is dash back and forth at different speeds and try my best to stay under the platform at all times. Using the platforms to gauge your distance is actually extremely helpful, and it is something that I definitely would recommend to a lot of people who are looking to improve their movement, is just use the platforms above you to determine how much distance you should travel back and forth. But pretty much right here, all I'm doing is just practicing dashing back and forth. I'm practicing not getting any turnaround animations or anything like that. Pretty much just practice dashing back and forth under the platform. It just gets you more consistent with dashing, and in a game like Ultimate where you don't have any wave dashing or anything like that, using the normal in-game dash is a lot more useful. So practicing dashing back and forth at different distances is something that I would definitely recommend practicing. Now, what I'm practicing here is short hop fast falls. I am still very new to Ultimate, and I'm still very unfamiliar with all the base movement in the game. So stuff like short hop fast falls is something that I still have to get in the habit of doing, because movement and input delay and all that stuff is very different in Ultimate compared to Melee. Getting used to short hop fast falling is something that I would definitely recommend for everyone watching this video, because being able to get quick aerials out in a game like Ultimate is extremely useful. It's extremely useful for different edge guard scenarios, as well as just catching your opponent off guard with a heavy hitting aerial. So pretty much right here, all I'm practicing is just doing a short hop, then fast falling immediately after. What I'm doing right here is pretty much just building off what I was doing before. Instead of just doing the short hop fast fall, I decided to add some aerial moves in there. So you'll see me do short hop neutral air fast fall, or short hop back air fast fall, short hop up air fast fall, pretty much just doing any aerial attacks that I can. This builds the muscle memory of being able to actually implement these in game, because just practicing short hop fast fall is good, it's good to get that down. But the real application comes from your ability to be able to use them in-game. So practicing a short hop back air fast fall on a character like Cloud is something that you should definitely be practicing if you want to focus hyper specifically on your character. So short hop into an aerial into fast fall is something that I would definitely work on after you already got short hop fast fall down. Now you may have noticed throughout this recording that in the bottom right corner there's actually a controller overlay which allows you to see exactly what I'm inputting. This is because I'm playing on a modded version of Smash Bros. Ultimate. This version of Ultimate allows me to have a controller overlay, obviously, as well as I have a plugin called the Smash Bros. Ultimate Training Mod Pack. This allows me to emulate the input delay that normal online would have, as well as it allows me to show the hitboxes of all the moves, which is probably what you've been seeing throughout the recording of this video. Now the Ultimate Training Mod Pack is only available if you have a modded Switch, but it is something that I did want to show that I'm using throughout this recording just because it makes it easier to demonstrate certain things. The last thing that I decided to practice before heading into online was a technique known as RAAR. RAAR stands for Reverse Aerial Rush. A RAAR is a technique that is available in every single Smash Bros. Game after Super Smash Bros. Melee. It is done by running and canceling the turnaround animation with a jump. It is a very good way to be able to approach your enemies while doing back airs. Being able to approach your enemy with back airs is an extremely good thing to have on a multitude of different characters. For example, a character like Cloud excels with this technique. Cloud's back air is a very large hitbox that has a lot of knockback. So at higher percents, being able to just RAAR spam back airs is extremely good, because the hitbox is so big on a lot of back airs that it just makes approaching with them much easier. So if you don't know how to RAAR already, that is definitely something that I would look into learning, because a lot of characters in Smash have very good and strong back airs, and RAAR allows you to use those back airs in ways that you wouldn't be able to before. So this is a technique that I would definitely put at the top of your priority list to learn. So right here we have the start of our first official match online. We are versing a Link player to start it off. First thing I do to open up the match is send out a projectile. Usually it works, if not to hit them, then just to close the distance. Right here, there's my first hit of the match. I'm pretty much just trying to gain any early percent that I possibly can. Just looking for different aerials, trying to open them up. This projectile actually hits me, and I do mess up an air dodge, and I do lose the first stock. Alright, stock 2, we come in swinging with a nice forward air. Pretty much right here, I'm just trying to get an early stock. Since I have stock disadvantage right now, I pretty much have to try to kill him as fast as I can. Unfortunately, Link's projectile game was just too much for me this match, and he just constantly kept opening me up with it. I will not lie, this Link player is actually fairly good at the game. And he was able to just open me up a bunch. See the grab right there, just getting me off stage again. And the bomb there as well, getting me further off stage. 2 edge guards right there, but third time's the charm, and I was able to get back. Fortunately, he grabs me, sends me off stage again. I do get a nice down air here, so I can reset it back to neutral. I do have percent disadvantage and stock disadvantage right here, so it is not looking too hot. And he does get to edge guard me right there and take the second stock. Currently 3 stocks to 1. I get a nice nair there. I can follow it up into an F smash, getting me my first kill. I do roll into this bomb for whatever reason, don't know why. Also decided to build some limit meter there during the stocks. Right here, I'm pretty much just trying to build percent. That's all I'm doing for this entire game, just trying to get early kills. This was my first game on, so my movement was still fairly clunky. I did get my limit meter here. I go for the side B on shield. I do manage to get it, which nets me some very needed percent. His projectile game this whole game has just been able to open me up. And right here is where I actually die because I mess up my recovery, and that concludes game 1. So, what can I take away from game 1? My biggest weakness in game 1 was not being able to approach or open up Link in order for me to start a combo or even get me a kill. The Link player was able to use his projectiles to his advantage, and the fact that I did not know the matchup knowledge made it really hard for me to be able to approach him. So I think going into the future, if I'm playing anyone that has a lot of projectiles, I gotta take the match a lot slower and pick out very specific points whenever I want to throw out attacks. Because that game, I was pretty much just trying to throw out attacks, getting any hits that I possibly could. And since the Link player knew what he was doing, he was able to use his projectiles in order to get a lot of free kills on me. Our second and final match is going to be versing a Pichu player here. Now, I do like to start off the match with a projectile, which is what I do at the start of this match. Unfortunately, I did hold down, which allows him to just approach for free because I did the wrong move. Again, just error on my part, not being familiar with the game. I do get a nice back air there, which is nice. I do attempt to use down tilt a lot on Cloud to approach, just because it's a very good approaching tool. Unfortunately, I'm just not able to find the approach. Very poor shield punish by me there, so he's able to get a free back air. I do get a nice dash attack there. Pretty much we're just playing in the neutral here. I do get a nice down smash there. I am able to follow it into a limit side B, netting me the first stock of the match. And I do have a pretty decent lead, being only at 74% here. What I'm doing right here is just trying to hold on to this stock advantage for as long as I can. I'm just trying to get as much damage on Pichu as I possibly can before I die. I do know that Pichu's aerials do damage to himself, so I'm trying to just bait as many aerials as I possibly can. He is catching me off guard a lot with these forward airs. I will not lie, my positioning this match definitely could have been a lot better. We do get a nice trade there. I'm just trying to build as much percent as I can. I do perfect shield that. Unfortunately, I don't get a follow-up. I'd say my biggest disadvantage this entire match was just not being able to actually follow up anything that I was starting. He does get the edge guard there, and that is me losing my first stock of the match. This stock was definitely longer than the last one. I was playing a lot more neutral here, and I had no reason to rush down as much as I did have the percent advantage. Nice little auto combo there. I'm just trying to get as much damage as I can. Trying to get my limit meter there, but his projectiles are able to just keep on opening me up. He does get a nice back air follow-up there. Nice down air into back air from me right there. I don't feel the need to edge guard him as much there. I try to punish his dash attack with my own. It does miss. His projectiles just constantly keep hitting me. Projectiles are like the bane of my life at this point in Ultimate. His projectile does give me limit there. I go for a limit recovery. Unfortunately, it does miss. Dash attack on shield there. Again, just something not safe. He does get a forward air there. He is just edge guarding me at this point. I am able to get back to stage. Try to charge my limit there as much as I can. At this point, I'm just looking for the kill or just trying to get my limit meter. F smash there is missed. I narrowly miss his down B there. I'm thinking that this is the end of my stock. I do reset it back to neutral. He is stuck in the corner. Nice auto combo from me there. Charge my limit meter up. I'm looking for my limit meter kill. Don't know where I'm going to get it or how I'm going to get it. But I do get a sneaky forward air there, and I am able to take that stock. Whenever you're in this type of position where you do have the stock advantage, but you're very, very high on percent, the best course of action is to just try to do as many poke attacks as you can just to try to get any percent. Because at this point right now, your death is inevitable. It's just a matter of time. So trying to get as much percent as you possibly can is definitely the way to go. Right here, again, there's an auto combo. I'm just trying to build percent, trying to get my limit meter. Maybe I can get a limit side B or something like that. Would have thought that down B would have killed me, or the forward air, I guess not, but it does give me limit. Side B limit there, unfortunately misses, but I do get an auto combo out of it into a dash attack follow-up. He's chilling at a nice 60%, and right before I die, by the dash attack. Currently 1 stock to 1. I do have the percent advantage over him, though. I go for a very poor shield punish option there, and he does get a dash attack out of it. This stock's a little more boring. We're pretty much just playing in neutral. I do get a dash attack there. Going for a forward air. Did not connect, unfortunately. He's going for a lot of side Bs. I do manage to punish that one with a back air. At this point, I'm pretty much just looking to end the game. He's at a high enough percent for me to kill him. I'm either looking to get a nice F smash or just build my limit meter and kill him that way. Send out my projectile, just trying to open him up in any way that I possibly can. I'm very, very close to my limit meter. I do have it here, but I do manage to get a down air instead, getting me game 2. What can I take away from game 2? Game 2, I definitely played a lot better than game 1. In game 2, I was able to manage my limit meter a lot better, and I was able to open up Pichu a lot better. But I still had some of the same struggles as I did in game 1, where the Pichu's projectiles were able to just constantly keep landing on me, and he was able to get a lot of free forward airs and stuff due to my poor positioning. So I think that positioning and managing my enemy's projectiles are definitely 2 things that I do need to start learning. I still have a very long road ahead of me for Ultimate. There's still a lot of things that I gotta learn and a lot of things I gotta get used to. Coming from Melee, it's very, very difficult getting into Ultimate, I feel. Ultimate plays very differently. Ultimate's a lot more bare bones compared to Melee. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. It's just something that I'm going to have to get used to. I had a lot of fun making this video for today. This video is a very different style of video compared to the rest of my videos. And I do apologize if this video is like a little weird. This is my first time making like an actual video on a fighting game. So it is definitely something that I'm going to have to get used to because making content on a fighting game is very different than my normal content. If you have any feedback regarding today's video, then please make sure to leave it in the comments. I am very open to feedback. I am very, very new in the fighting game scene in terms of making videos on it. So if anyone has any tips or pointers or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I don't want to carry out this outro for too long, so that's about it. See you guys next time. Sayonara.